How's it going, guys? Glenn here. Uh, we are tapping into the Globex session, preparing to trade, setting up the charts on Trade of Eight. You don't usually see me do this, but just for you guys, I am making effort. So I have my Trend Spider open here. I'm going to be looking at I'm going to be looking at a few futures markets. What you see on my screen is a standard deviation band, anchored VWAP, um, HTA indicator, also the regime indicator at the top right with a yellow. You see that there. And with my indicator, it resets at, oh, this is NY time. Let me fix this. Just sorting myself out here. Forgive me. 1900, it resets. Going into the Asia London overlap. And so I like to just let it reset and let it form here. Right now, it's a small range. The top of the band is 75.36. Bottom of the band is 33. So it's only 3 points. Let's go to gold. And I'm going to point out what I'm looking for when I'm going to be trading this anchored VWAP standard deviation band strategy. Hopefully we get something this during the time I'm going to be recording this. That way you guys can see live what this trade looks like. I think I posted in our Discord the other day over that NQ trade. I went short. Where was it? Q. It's a 5-minute. I have to scroll. No, it's the 15th already. It must have been one of these. Not yesterday's. Or this one. No. 1900. It's almost 3 in the morning. Nope. Anyway, I gotta look for it. It's what was it, this one? 2900, I think so. But anyway, oh wait, where's the MEQ? Maybe it's still here. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this was a trade I took um, on the 19th, 2 days ago, and that's a Sunday night. And what I liked here, see how it resets, because the prior session, it's taken into account New York session. So, of course, volatility is going to be larger and the bands are going to be huge. So I like to let it reset and kind of establish itself. So from the moment it restarted in 1900 all the way up to 2100, later in the evening, this was at 10:15. I got like it formed a sort of resistance here. And then what I did was look at the bullish volume. So in the video, I'm showing you guys what to look out for. So you load the anchored VWAP indicator, the bands, okay? Look at ATR, but also just load up a simple volume um, indicator at the bottom, and then it kind of just points out, okay, because I had a signal here, right, back at 2140. But what I didn't like, yeah, bearish volume did rise. And well, I wanted to see, you want to see like the bullish volume kind of just step down. And I could hopefully I find another example. Over here, it's stepping up, you know. So technically, yeah, like the Wi-Fi signal, you want to look at that. Technically, this could count, but the other thing I didn't like was the angle of the anchored VWAP deviation band. This is showing bullish action right here. You see that, how it's just rising? You want to go for ranging markets. So back here, But like this one, you can kind of see. That's why I didn't take any trades because the angle is just bearish, right? So when it kind of teetered off here, both ends, right? The bottom band was more flat around the 753 level. And then just looking at price action, it kind of teetered off. So to me, like, okay, now we're starting to range. So which is why I took this trade. And original target was the session VWAP, which was down at 53, almost 52. It didn't quite touch. I did just trail it as I watched it go. And sure enough, that was the right thing to do. I didn't quite get my, you know, a larger hit. So this would have been like a 3-1, but that's fine. I still came out nicely in profit, and price, of course, reversed. And that's what happens, right? Like you kind of want to gauge what the market was doing at the time, and the market could flip on you. And so you can see the bearish volume just starting was forming, right? And it held for 6 bars, the bearish volume, and then we had a green bar here, a little bit more buyers here, and then the bearish volume started to teeter off, and then off we go. What VWAP session VWAP start it acted as a support, and then off we went into the overnight pre New York session. So let's fast forward into right now's session. We are opening bearish after a bullish day for the New York session. Opening bearish for MNQ. Let's look at gold. Gold has been on a run. I currently have a swing, a long, a long swing on my personal account, but this trade will be for the prop firms. And so I'm just going to be waiting for it to develop more. I want a bigger range than what do we have? 27, almost 10 points, and it'll kind of set the tone. Right now we have bullish volume. You could see it clearly, price actions right there. And so you just want to sit and wait for it to develop. In the meantime, we could go over what happened with the session for the net off with a end of day report. So yesterday's map that we marked for M and Q, I'll go back to an hourly. I'm gonna take off the deviation band just to get a clearer value. Let me move this. Yeah, move this guy too. Don't be overwhelmed by my indicators. Okay, so yesterday's price action, our map was marked at 28,762, which is right here. And we wanted M&Q to reclaim the 28,917 level, which was, let me just mark it. Going, so this was yesterday. Let's see, 917. And so going into this was in a new trading day, the 20th. So that's Monday's trading day. Going into this Tuesday's New York Open, and this is a daily anchored VWAP. And so what price did was that our end of day pro report was saying, hey, 917 was a level for NQ to capture in order for it to stay bullish. Okay, capture meaning close above. Okay, and so on this hour chart, because we were going lower, we had a low of 6 or 28,700 even, right? And so that was going into the close on, let me go here. So we closed lower yesterday, but market reopened, okay, and then we had a 917 was the level, was a level that our system pointed out, and that was a level to determine if we stay bullish. And sure enough, we reclaimed it. We closed above it. This is a VWAP, and we're moving along with VWAP. Now going into tomorrow, we need to hold 29,291 in order for it to be more long bias. Okay. So, and that was kind of almost near the close of yesterday or this morning. And so currently we're at 153 because right now that'll kind of develop like this range we might be heading into. Okay. 291. And I'll kind of give you guys a snapshot like, okay, yeah, we can't be completely bullish yet. Yes, we did get a nice close we hit a high of 340, right? But we're retracing back. We are below the daily VWAP. Okay. Let me put the weekly VWAP up here. So weekly VWAP is at 29,550. And so we're 100 points away from going there. Here. Now let's check back at the markets with the so this is my swing long position. Speaking of, just letting that thing play out. Currently stop is at 491. So let's go back to that. Okay. Anyway, so go back here. Let's go back to NQ, and just play out the map for tomorrow, if and then statements, you know. So if we hold above 291, then we're going to go bullish. But if we close below 236 is another level, which is pretty close. Then the right then yesterday's regular trading hour low of, let's see, 2063 will be a target. Okay. And you can see that right here. At 4 a.m., that was a low of the day. And so we could revisit that particular trade. You see how we're kind of framing where price is going now? Now, right now, as we're looking at this, it's 7:44 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. And we're looking at this, and our map was saying with this scenario, we stay bullish at 291. If we're below 235, we are bearish. Okay. And this is on an hour chart. That's why I like the hour charts. It's so clean, straightforward. And if you're following the maps with the end of the report, like it kind of just gives you a great idea. So 063 lines up with our weekly VWAP. Okay. So we don't know. Like, let's pull up the heat map. You could see buyers lining up here. You know, it's going to absorb. There's a lot of orders sitting here. This is a heat map. And you can see how like black, the darker shades, there's not much orders there. So price will plummet, go through it quicker. And it might spend some time in this area. So we have this heat map area, 176, almost, it's a little over 100-point area. You know, we could go sideways here, but sure enough, the low of the day might be a play here. And it kind of gives you an idea of, do I just sit out? Do I take advantage? Now, another thing to look out for is just the ranges, the average range of a Globex session. So like the Asia session, we have the stat somewhere. I gotta go pull it up somewhere. I have a stat for you guys. This is fresh off the research machine. I don't want to spend. I know that it gave me a stat over the past 10 years. Um, it could be around 70 points as far as a range. So let's kind of give you an idea of what 70 points looks like as far as a range. Okay. And so this 1 hour candle already fills our range. Our median historical range for the Asia session. London's going to be a little bit more larger, but this one candle already fulfilled that range. So if you're trying to go short, you know, you might get caught in this range because we fulfilled it already. If you're trying to go short here and you're targeting here, you know, it's not much. It's a 1-to-1 payoff, but it's not, doesn't look like a favorable thing. Okay. So you could stay out. Maybe we zoom in. Let's go to a 5-minute chart, right? We got the weekly VWAP still here. And clearly below the daily VWAP, you know. And right now, there's no real plays. If you pull up the deviation bands, we're clearly bearish. And so it's nothing really, unless you get a nice fill above this session VWAP, there's nothing really pegging me to take a trade at this point in time. You want to wait for that reaction at the 0.63 level or the 70 level. People like whole numbers, right? So it's a waiting game for NQ right now. MGC, what's it doing right now? 5-minute chart. We're forming our range. Our band is forming. So we're at 38 at the high, 27, a little bit 11 points. Okay. And so see this right here, right? The way it's forming, we have this strong bullish bar and the volume matches. But now look, we have this bearish. The next bar is bearish. And then we get a signal. And it's a bit early. And the pay, like if I'm targeting, so if I go short here at 36, targeting the session VWAP, 4 points. What's ATR? ATR is at 3.5. So you're going for a 1-to-1 here, but it's not really. I mean, like we could try to take it. It's not screaming at me. Overall, price action is bullish on this. So 36, so I'm gonna go 40. 4 points here. So it's 40 ticks. And I want to see, I'm going to wait for the close at 7:49. So 1 more minute. See how this bar closes. Because it's a bit early. The band hasn't formed too much yet. Okay, so we got somewhat of an even close. It's not significant. But the bulls, there's bullish momentum here. See how this bar forms. Let's just go and take that trade. Let's see, MGC. I'll go 40, 40. I'll go 3, short, MGC, Senate. Okay. So I just went ahead and went short according to my deviation bands. Targeting is 31. Let's see, gonna be monitoring this. The anchored VWAP says 32. So I'm gonna play around, play with it, and bring it up a little bit. 32. Okay. I went 3 contracts short, 40 points, $120 risk. Let's just see how this one plays out. You could see how we had a recent high, and then this could be another high point, a lower high. Have this and Q we're watching. Okay, here we go. Here's a fill. A bit slower for this market. At this time, it starts picking up around 10, 11 p.m., which is London. But let's see how this one fills out. Let's go back here. See, I like that this bullish bar is low. I mean, this volume bar. Little bit of background on this account. This is my automated account. So I'm kind of breaking the rules here. But just to, you know, show that this strategy is tradable, I'm creating this for you guys. So that'll be another video, the whole automation thing and just the lessons learned, time spent. Boy, that is a lot, but tell you what, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be good. I like using bracket orders because it just puts everything out at one time. You just gotta take a few more clicks to do the order ticket and just make sure you're doing the right market, right? The right direction. I use market orders a lot, and you just fill out your take profit and your stop loss and submit one time. So you can see the bullish volume is starting to come down. You want to see that because we're shorting. It's much nicer chart to look at, but you know, we'll see what you guys prefer. Do those 35 and go back to trade of 8. I was trying to spend time setting up the trade of 8 and trying to find the indicators that kind of look like it because I didn't make any custom indicators for trade of 8. And so I found like this, I just typed in, what do you call it? Anchored VWAP deviation band. I came across this NOM VWAP bands. And so that's what you see, like the purple and the blue line. If I zoom out, that's what you see here. But I don't know, it doesn't look as appealing as mine, as our HTA one. And it's a different level. I think because it doesn't reset at the time frame that I want it to be, it resets at the beginning of the trading day, which is 12 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. And so you're getting a lot of different readings or volume here, because the anchor VWAP is down here at 4118, which is huge compared to at 4132 for the session. So that's why I'm not really leaning on it too much. And then I downloaded this bulls and bears volume, because the regular volume, it's just black and white, or it's gray, guys. It's crazy. So you cannot see the colors. And I'm using Trend Spider for so long. I thought that was just a normal thing for it to be colored, but apparently not. So got rid of that. I got this bulls and bears. They're free download. Okay, free to download on the Tradeovate app. So it's coming. Hopefully we get a fill at 32.1. You can see my pending order down here, 32.1. See on my trend spider chart, anchored VWAP is at 32.8, and which it did touch. So technically, if I go back to this chart, I might have to bring it up a little bit because that's supposed to be out already. Bring it up. Since I'm so close to, what I'll do, I'll just drag a stop to below break even. Oh, few ticks. Bang, filled, out, done skis. That's about, what, 10 minutes on this trade. So nice little win there. Make sure your orders are cleared. And that, my friends, was a quick hit on the anchored VWAP deviation band strategy, mean reversion strategy. You will find the full breakdown on Net Alpha Pro. You guys can go ahead and sign up. Head to our website, HawaiiTradingAcademy.com, and sign up there. Thank you guys for watching.